Are you in the danger room? Yeah, you in the danger room. Come on now.
Hello, what's up? It's your boy Fuzzy, and I'm back at it again, but this time I'm on Mortal Kombat. So, I actually wanted to talk about the recent Mortal Kombat patch that we actually had. It was actually a so it wasn't the biggest patch, but it was a patch that pretty much sniped a lot of the top tiers, which is a pretty good thing. I think T1K, Cyrax, Havoc, I definitely think they needed the nerfs. Havoc pretty much damn near got butchered. Cyrax got a little slap on the wrist, and then T1K got hit pretty hard, I think. I think some of them were needed, some of them wasn't, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. But I'm here to talk about one thing, one person, and one cameo, and that would be Mavado. I don't think Mavado deserved the nerf that he got, and I'm gonna explain. Now, for starters, Mavado is a cameo that can be used. He can be ambushed. Well, I think he's mostly ambushed pretty much, but you can only really ever activate this cameo really when you're doing a combo. Like per se, you can only activate like that, which is 4 cameo. I'm pushing 4 cameo, and he won't come out unless that one is launched. So he's launched, then you can activate him. Same goes for the up version, pretty much the same thing, but instead he comes from a public screen, right? So, probably thinking, what could they have done to this cameo to really make him bad of any sorts, or what did they do to him? I will say the one, I don't think it was needed at all, but they pretty much took his recharge time away from him. Basically, if you, like, a situation you would do with somebody, like, let's say Noob Saibot is my main, for example. What you would do with Noob Saibot is you would, hit a combo, whatnot, yada yada yada, and then he would recharge, right? And by the end of your combo, you pretty much have either full cameo meter or nerf. And by the end of this conversation, he still hasn't reached full cameo bar, which is it's ludicrous. I don't know why they did that. And this also brings up a thing that they did with 2B. Is basically 2B had her meter system, and pretty much, if you don't know anything Granblue, you can go search it up or not, but I'm gonna try to put it in like the simplest details I can. But in Granblue terms, right, 2B basically had this meter, and her meter pretty much will regen after a certain amount of time, and they would regen pretty fast, but they pretty much nerfed it and took it away to where you couldn't regen meter mid combo, but they gave that back to her. But the meter regen was slower, damn near as slow as this, and it was bad. I think it still is, like, it isn't the best, but they pretty much buffed her to compensate it, I think, and it works really well than it did before. I don't know why they would take the recharge time off of Mavado, and I don't understand it, especially with how some combos can be long in this game. I can definitely understand that, but other times I don't think it's needed. Like in some setups, like with some characters, they would take a full cameo meter. Like Noob for instance is a really good example because I think personally this or Janet is like his best cameo by far, but I would use this one because I just like the combo conversions. Janet is pretty much the most optimal version you can get with Noob, but if you wanted to convert off of pretty much anything, you would definitely go Mavado, right? The recharge time is bad now. It's horrible, and I just think this is actually one of his worst cameos now because, one, you already have low health while using this cameo, while with Janet, you're getting 1,000 HP. I mean, a 50 HP difference isn't the worst thing possible, but I also don't think it's like the best, right? I think I'd rather have 1,000 HP than 950. That's just me though, right? But you get 950 HP combo conversion into 40% every time into a free 50-50 every single time. With this cameo though, you could also do the same thing with if you use both cameo meters. But then also by the time you got done either mixing them up or yada yada yada, or by the end of your combo, you would most likely have half your meter back with your cameo, so you can do more with them. Now, if I decide to do that same conversion, let's say I mixed them, right? Yeah, the cameo meter, it hasn't even started to come back. Oh my god, it hurts. It's pain, it's agony, man. I don't know why they did this to him. This also takes a lot of options from this team away. You used to be able to go for straight damage and mix, but now you kind of have to choose between do you want damage or Oki, and it's like, oh man, it's I don't know, man. I hate playing that game where you either choose between damage and Oki. You could just never go for damage and Oki, right? So now I have to choose between do I want the damage here and just go for a combo here, and then do I have to go for the damage or do I waste both cameo meters and go for the Oki? And it's like if you don't hit them right and you don't get off whatever, you just lose everything. You just waste a bunch of resources for absolutely no reason. And before you used to be able to just you could pretty much just get away with it, right? But I don't think Mavado was really broken. I think he was actually one of their most balanced, not their most balanced characters. He was one of the better cameos to use. He was like actually a really good universal option for players to use. It's like he didn't work with every character, but he worked with some characters, and the characters he did work with, they worked, right? And I just think now that they took it away, like his recharge time, that it steals a lot from a lot of characters that use Mavado. Noob being one of them. To be honest, I think Noob is good by himself to where you can go to a different cameo and make it work. Mavado really wasn't his. Oh my God! If you're not using Mavado, you're killing yourself, right? I don't think that's what it is or what it is intended to be for new Mavado. But I do think Mavado was like a really viable option. And then if you would go into high level, you would see new Mavado. Sometimes I think you see new Janet way more, but new Mavado was like one of his best. I love this cameo. He's really fun. But taking away his recharge time pretty much just gives you either have to choose damage, or you go for damage. Another common setup you would see when you cycle, right? Let's say you do this, right? And then you would call Mavado right here, and then you would throw Ghost Ball, hit him with Ghost Ball, and then you would try to mix him up from you just throw shit out until you can catch him with the Ghost Ball explosion, right? Now, by the time you get that Ghost Ball explosion up, normally you would have Mavado back and you can loop it over and over and over again. Now you're probably not even gonna have cameo even if you do hit him with the Ghost Ball explosion. Right? That's the thing. Right here. And then you would get this situation, you would do whatever, let's say you throw a put out, they get hit. And normally Mavado would be back by now, and you'd be able to do it again and keep looping. That would technically be what would be happening right now. But as you see, the combo ended like a minute ago, and he didn't even recharge in time. So it's like, yeah, man. If you want to do that, it's like Ghost Ball Oki is kind of lame now. It's kind of it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right to do Ghost Ball Oki anymore. So yeah, I don't know about Ghost Ball Oki. I think they pretty much killed it off with the recharge time. But let's see. Are your shadows on, right? Let's see what else we can do here. Let's see what else we do. The cameo still isn't even halfway back. Yeah, okay. So my point stands here that yeah, dude, the recharge time I think killed this cameo. And another thing you can go for a noob, I don't think it was the most common thing in the world for noob Cybot, but he had grab combos with Mavado, which pisses of his mind. And I'm guessing you could probably see the problem. His mind takes a whole cameo bar. So I'm doing a grab combo that's most likely doing 20% for a whole cameo bar that's not even gonna have half the cameo back, right? Let's see here. So I did 28% right there. Cameo bar is pretty much back. Okay, that's best. But I wasted a bar on that, really, right? Let's say you don't have the meter. Yeah, I'm doing 25%, and the cameo still isn't bad. Well, how long the other one was, though, it was able to come back in time, okay? you know, you waste a bar and your cameo came back just in time, right? It's all right, but it still took a minute for it to come back. I had to waste a bar just for half my cameo to come back. It's like it's oh my god. Now you have to be so like wary of how you want to use this cameo, because there'll also be a lot of situations where like let's say you're getting pressure in the corner, and then there would be a gap in somebody's pressure. You could throw them a bottom mine that was either make them back up from you and give you a lot of space to work with, or if they were in the middle of throwing out a string, they would get caught by the Mavado mine, and then you can combo, put them in the corner, and you know it'll be your turn. That was another case you can do with Mavado mine. Now it's like, oh, you waste it and you don't get any value off of it. You kind of just lose the interaction because you wasted the whole resource and you got nothing from it. You got absolutely nothing from it. So yeah, oh man, I don't know how to feel about this. Wow, they kind of killed it off. It's like another thing you could do with this, right? You can also get plus frames with Mavado. I don't think this was really affected anyway, right? It's like plus 10, it is what it is, right? Like they can't really do much here. But hold on, wait, did I make it that way? Yeah, okay. So Mavado also doesn't come back. He doesn't start recharging until he's off the screen. Ah, that makes it even slower. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude, I don't know why they did that to him. And it kills off a lot of what he can do, especially with other characters. Like, let's say Havoc only realistically needed one bar with Mavado. He only needed one cameo bar with him. He didn't really use Mavado too often unless it was for combos, right? That Havoc is a whole nother story. I'll probably do a video on that. I probably won't. I don't know. But Havoc is a different story, right? But I'm using Noob as an example because that's my best character and that's who I know how to use Mavado with, right? But you know, situations where like I can hit a full screen slide and somebody decides to get caught by it, and you know, right here, I can either let's say I just felt like going for the damage, but most of the time you would be doing this right here. I dropped the combo, whatever. But most of the time you be doing that. And I still haven't even have half the cameo bar by the end of the setup. Like, yeah, nah, they killed this cameo, bro. That recharge time, I personally, I think it killed it, right? You could probably say otherwise, but to be frank, I'm going to be 100% with you. With how low, he's already given minus like 50 HP, something like that. He's already given minus on the HP side, right? So you're already a fucking pincushion as it is. But now you have to choose between damage and setup with certain characters that use Mavado. Yeah, nah, I don't even know, man. It's kind of killed it for me. So there is a solution though. For Noob at least, I found a solution for Noob at least. Okay, I'm using Noob as an example here. You can technically apply this to any other character, right? But I found a cameo that can kind of do what Mavado does, but not, I think it can work. With enough practice with it, it can work. Cyrax. Cyrax. Now, you may think that this is a odd choice for a cameo with Noob, and I wouldn't even disagree with you. But you have to let me get it out. This cameo is actually insane with Noob. He gives a lot of pretty much what Mavado gave, but like minus a few things, right? You get a grab combo. You get good damage. You get ghost Oki. You get bomb setups. And then you have more HP on top of that, right? You even have net setups. Net setups are really specific for certain situations. I'll go over that in a little bit. I will make a whole separate video on Noob Cyrax. But I will say for the end of this video that Cyrax is the cameo for Noob. And I will go over that in the next video. I want to thank y'all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know your thoughts on, what they could have, why they did this to Mavado. How do you feel about the Mavado nerfs? Do you think it was needed? Do you think it's, it is what it is? Do you think it's okay? Like, do you feel like I'm over exaggerating and overreacting about these nerfs? Maybe I am, maybe I'm not, who knows, man. But I personally think that they killed off the cameo with that recharge time. That's my personal thoughts about it, right? Let me know y'all's. And I thank y'all for watching the video. I want y'all to peace out. Have a safe day. Peace.